They said goodness has no reward, but in less than 24 hours, yes, you heard me well, just 24 hours, Nigerians raised 100 million naira from one man. And what he did next shocked the whole world. Yes. Sometimes the universe finds a way of rewarding people who give themselves selflessly to others. And in Nigeria today, one man's story has become the loudest testimony of love, loyalty, and the power of community. VeryDarkMan, popularly called VDM as you all know him, casually posted a picture of himself beside a massive Hummer wagon. Yes, I'm very much sure that some of you must have seen that video or pictures online. Okay, so he posted that thing just innocently. You know VDM now, okay? So he wrote that it was his dream car and maybe one day he will buy it. Okay, that was all. Just a simple, innocent post, like I said. No fundraising, no campaign, no call for help. Just a man dreaming out loud, just playfully. But unknown to him, that one simple post was about to ignite a movement of love and admiration that would shock Nigerians. Among those who saw the post was Isaac Fayose. You know Isaac Fayose very well, right? He's a man who has never hidden his admiration and respect for VDM. And I think I like Ayo Fayose as well because, I mean, he speaks, on national issues. He's not afraid to speak his mind. He speaks to authority as well. So Fayose Isaac is someone I've also admired, and I like him for just who he is. He's not afraid if his own brother does something that he doesn't like, he says it. And he has done that on multiple occasions. And he's someone I know. He's a good person. Okay, let's just leave it that way. He's a good person. So Fauci immediately picked interest in that post. He reposted a picture, rallied supporters of VDM, popularly known as the Ratels. Yes, now, you know the Ratel gang, right? And he went on to urge them to unite and surprise the man who has always stood for truth, justice, and the common man. Okay? To make his point very clear, so that it doesn't look like he's just blabbing or he's just talking. Okay? Isaac Fayose did not just talk, he went back, he backed what he said with actions. So he backed it up with action by dropping, or pledging, a humongous sum of 10 million naira to kickstart the process. Yes, now. And this is why I think I really like Isaac Fayose. He doesn't just talk, From all I've known about him, I've followed him for some time as well. He doesn't just talk. The man, they make sense, okay? So I'm not even surprised that Isaac Fauci is doing this at this time, okay? So that singular act sparked an outpour of love like never before. In just few hours, according to the reports, Nigerians from far and near, admirers and followers, everyday people who believe in VDM's courage and work, began to pour in donations. And you won't believe it, in less than 24 hours. That is not even up to 24 hours, according to the report. The unimaginable happened. Over 100 million naira was raised, all to buy VDM his dream car. Almost. So think about that for a second, my people. 100 million naira in less than a day. Less than a day. That's not just money. That's love. That's loyalty. That's a whole nation saying, we see you, we appreciate you, and we value what you do. Because that is just what that love is all about. But just when everyone thought the story had reached its climax, VeryDarkMan did what only a man of extraordinary selflessness could do. He wrote back to Isaac Fayose, thanked him, deeply for his love, thanked everyone for their sacrifices, and then made a shocking pledge. Omo. He said if the Hummer was eventually bought for him, he would sell the car and use the entire proceeds for charity. Can just imagine this? Imagine this level of selflessness. In his words, he would rather turn that blessing into something bigger, something that will touch lives, something that will lift people, who truly need help. This guy cannot be an ordinary person. Certainly, this guy cannot be from Nigeria. Yes, he cannot be from Nigeria. That is who VDM is. A man who constantly puts others before himself. A man who never chases luxury, but rather uses every opportunity to uplift humanity. And that is why Nigerians love him. Honestly, you cannot but just love VDM. That is why his supporters could raise 100 million naira in hours. Yes, because they know his heart, they know his intentions, they know that he's a man whose name will always stand for truth and sacrifice all the time. At the end of the day, this story is not just about a dream car. It's about what happens when a man lives for others. It's about the reward for goodness. It's about love answering loudly in return. It's about how one man's selfless life has built a community of people ready to go any length to show gratitude. Very Dark Man's journey reminds us of something very, very powerful. When you live for yourself alone, you may shine for a while. But when you live for others, the world will carry your name to places you never imagined. This is not just the story of a dream car, like I said. It is the story of love, the story of sacrifice, the story of a man whose reward for doing good came in form of 100 million naira raised in less than a day. And whether that car is bought or sold, one thing remains clear. One thing remains sure. Very Dark Man has once again shown Nigerians, that true greatness, is not in what you own, but in what you give away. Yes, I hope you heard me loudly. It is not about what you get, but what you give back to the society. Ladies and gentlemen, the moral here is very, very simple. Goodness pays, I tell you. Selflessness shines. And love always finds its way back to those who give it. Yes. So this is the story of a man who asked for nothing but get everything because he gave everything already. This is the story of Very Dark Man, a story that proves beyond doubt that love wins and always wins every time. So, what do you think about this unfolding story? For a lot of people who don't really know Very Dark Man very well, you may think that this is just a random act. No, not at all. Don't forget that this is a man that, despite the plethora of opportunities that he has gotten to just leave this country already and live, a good life abroad, he has decided, to remain in this country. The last time he was in Aushi, trying to create awareness for the incessant buying of Nigerians by Dangote trucks. He was in Aushi for like a month. No, sorry, for like a week. Doing that advocacy. This is a man that went all the way to Benue State at a time that it was risky to embark on such trip. Don't forget that when that buying of over 200 people happened in Benue and there was that outrage, a lot of people were scared to go near that place. But VDM did not just go. He went straight to the very theater where that mayhem happened, risking his life in the process. And he was able to, bring what happened in that community to global attention. Don't forget also that he has been the voice for the voiceless in this country. Don't forget also that the last time he went to Aushi in Edo State, and he was on his way back, making a trip back, maybe back to Abuja. I'm not too sure now. He encountered the bad guys on the road, the bandits, the kidnappers, and he made attempt to chase them, and he saved a life on that very day. You see, if it is not uh, 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 somebody of VDM, somebody of his extraordinary selflessness, who does that? I can go on and on and on and on to mention I mean, plethora of occasions where VDM has come to the rescue of, helpless Nigerians. Okay, he's always made a lot of interventions here and there, providing borehole here, making sacrifice here, ensuring that those who have been scammed get their money back. A lot, a lot. So I'm just so happy that I am alive at this time in this country, Nigeria, to witness what is happening. So I want to say, special thanks to Isaac Fayose, for leading the way and for showing this remarkable love and admiration and support for Very Dark Man. Okay? Because it is one thing to be so selfless and not be recognized by people. But it's a great deal, when you do all this and you get support from people who matter in the society. Once again, I want to appreciate Isaac Fayose for leading the way, and a special thanks to VDM, for all he does for humanity right now. And we just pray for longevity for him, so that he can carry on with what he's doing. Okay, so what do you think about this story that is unfolding right before our very eyes at this moment? Please feel free to go to the comment section and leave your thoughts right there. And hopefully, yours sincerely will meet you right there to take the conversation further. God bless you. I'll be right back. Bye bye.